This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Wednesday, which means we're doing a Learn My Licks video, and I've had a few requests to do some content on how I play bass, because I don't really consider myself a bass player, to be honest with you, but I suppose by default I've become one by virtue of the fact that every piece of music I put in every YouTube video needs a bass line, and somebody's got to play it, and that ends up being me. So what I thought I'd do today is show you a subject close to my heart, blues. How I put together a walking type bass line to play a typical 12-bar blues. And this is something like I usually play. And here's an explanation of what's going through my mind as I'm playing a bass line like that.
Lick explanation.
Okay then, that was me playing a 12-bar blues bass line in the key of A. Underneath, I was going to say over, but it's actually under, isn't it? The chords of A7, D7 and E7. And what I'm thinking of when I'm playing a bass line like that is chord tones and how I'm going to connect to the next chord. So if we look at the first couple of bars, I've got an A7 chord which has the notes of A, C sharp, E and G. So I'll maybe play the A, C sharp and E. Then I'm thinking about how I'm going to get to this D note here, which is the root note of the D7 chord coming up in the next bar. Well, why not just walk to it chromatically? Like that. Then I've got a bar on the D chord, and that entire bar is just kind of establishing the fact that we've hit a D chord, D7, and then how am I going to get back to the A chord? Well, again, I'll use another chromatic kind of walk here, maybe going from the F sharp, which is the third of the D7 chord, and walk chromatically back up to the A. So I've got... Or I could take that line like that and move it up an octave. Then, once I've arrived back at the A again, I've got 2 bars of A7 now, and I've got to fill that up. So I'll probably just do break that into 2 parts. So I'm thinking of just an A7 arpeggio, the A, C sharp and E, A, C sharp, E and G. Like that. So then I'm going to use the appropriate scale that an A7 chord comes from, which is A mixolydian. So A, G, F sharp, E, just as a little walk down to take me back to the D chord. Now I've got 2 bars of D7 here, and once again we'll break that into 2 parts. What I'm going to do is think about just playing a D7 arpeggio for the first of those 2 bars. Like that. D, F sharp, A, C. Then let's do some kind of walk to get us back to the A again. I could do the same thing as last time. What I'm going to do this time though is kind of descend to the A like this. I'm going to play the D note, then the C, which is the flat 7 of the D7 chord, walk chromatically back down to the A. So that's giving us, so far, if I can keep track of this, okay, then we're back on the A chord again. 2 bars of A to fill up here. So usually, as you can see, what I'm doing is the first bar, I'll just play the arpeggio of the chord, and then some kind of run to take me to the next chord, which in this case is the E7. So I'm thinking about how I'm going to get to that E note there. So play the A, the C sharp, root and third of the A7 chord, and then walk chromatically up to the E. Like that. So let's put that all together so far. There we're on the E chord there, the root note of the E chord. So what you're doing is you're looking to kind of land on the root note of the chord when on the first beat of the bar that chord is being played on. So probably they're just going to play an E7 arpeggio. So E, G sharp, B and D. Then let's do this run that we did earlier to get from the D, because D is the chord in the next bar, but I'm just going to move that up an octave. So far we've got like that, and then I'm thinking now about how I'm going to get from that A down to the E note, possibly here for the E7 chord. Well, start off by walking down the A mixolydian, the A, G, F sharp, and then chromatic passing note there, that F note, to take me to the E, like that. So and then where am I going to go from there? Well, I'm just going to go come down an E mixolydian this time, because E mixolydian is the scale for an E7 is native to land on the A note there. So let's put all 12 bars together and we'll get like that, and then maybe to finish it off. So that's kind of how I'm thinking when I'm thinking in terms of a 12 bar blues walking bass line. Chord tones and connecting either with the appropriate scale, usually a mixolydian kind of scale, or chromatic kind of passing notes, or a combination of both to land on the root note of the next chord that's coming up on beat 1 of the bar where it's arriving. So now you know what's going on. Dust off your bass and go away and have some fun with it. And as usual, there is a full tab for that little piece of music there, that 12 bar blues, in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, that explanation you've just seen there, and 2 backing tracks. I'm going to basically put the audio of that piece of music up so you can use it as a jam track to play some guitar over, but there'll also be obviously a track minus the bass so you can practice your bass lines to it as well. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these extra bits and pieces and goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive heartfelt thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below in the description. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday 5 p.m. UK time. You know when it is, and you know what happens as well. We basically drink beer and talk about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.